Hey guys, my name's Pocket and welcome back to League 101. In this video, we're going to be doing an overview of Seraphine, her abilities and her passive so you can understand exactly who she is and exactly what she can do. This is going to be a very simple overview, and as we get more game time on her and we really understand exactly how she works, then I'm going to be releasing more videos on runes, builds and playstyles in the future. So if you want to make sure you catch them, hit the subscribe button and we're just going to get straight into it. Seraphine's passive is Stage Presence. Every third basic ability that Seraphine casts will echo. This echo will automatically cast the ability a second time, and this can lead to some quite unique interactions with her specific abilities that we're going to talk about when we talk about those abilities themselves. It's important to note, however, that this only stacks when you use a basic ability, not your ult, and it also only activates when you use a basic ability, so you can't double cast your ult. Additionally, whenever Seraphine casts an ability nearby an ally, she will create a note. Each note gives her basic attacks more attack range, and they deal additional magic damage on hit. When this applies, it will consume all of your notes. Something that you need to understand for both of these passives is that you can't choose when to use them. When you have an empowered basic ability, it will automatically double cast, so you have to choose your abilities quite wisely. Also, you can't choose when to proc your empowered auto attack either, so it's going to give you that extra range, and as soon as you use an auto attack, it will consume all of your notes, meaning that you lose the range and you lose all of the on-hit damage. Seraphine's Q is High Note. Seraphine projects a pure note, dealing magic damage that's increased by the target's missing health. This ability is AoE, and it cannot be blocked by minions or champions. When you have your empowered basic ability from your passive, it will simply send out a second note automatically. This note is exactly the same as the last one, but it will usually do a little bit more damage because they will have a little bit less health after the first one has hit them. This ability is your main form of poke because it has the lowest cooldown, and also once you get it to level 5, it has the lowest mana cost of all of your abilities, although at level 1 it actually has the highest. This is because its mana cost doesn't scale too heavily with level, but its cooldown also gets reduced massively with level. Seraphine's W is Surround Sound. Seraphine surrounds her nearby allies in a song. This grants herself and her allies movement speed and a shield. If Seraphine is already shielded, she'll also heal her nearby allies, restoring health based on how many allies are near her. This healing comes in the form of a large redemption area heal that loads, much like redemption, over a 2.5 second period. It's important to note that if you get to double cast this as an empowered basic, the shield that you grant yourself with your first W will immediately proc the healing on your second W, so if you cast this as an empowered basic, you'll always get your healing. It should be noted, however, that the shield doesn't have to come from your own W. The shield could come from summoner spells such as Barrier, or from other champions such as having a Lux on your team. This creates quite a few scenarios where there are quite good synergies between Seraphine and other teammates. Seraphine's E is Beat Drop. Seraphine unleashes a heavy sound wave, dealing magic damage to enemies in a line. When they are hit by the sound wave, the enemies are slowed. This slow is a 99% slow for 1 second, even at level 1. If the enemy is already slowed, then they will be rooted for 1 second instead. And if the enemy is already rooted, they'll be stunned for 1 second instead. This means that if you use this ability as an empowered basic, you immediately send out a second slowing wave, and if that strikes an enemy after the first one has already slowed them, they will be rooted. There are also obvious synergies with other champions on your team and combos that you can do on already immobilized enemies to create chain roots or chain stuns. Seraphine's ult is Encore. Seraphine takes the stage, projecting a captivating force in a big line that charms enemies and deals magic damage. Any champion that is struck, including allies, become part of the performance and extend the range of the abilities. This means that technically, if you have enough champions in a line, you can have effectively infinite range. Also, any allies that are struck by this are granted maximum notes immediately. The charm scales with level at 1.25 seconds at level 1 and 1.75 seconds at level 3. Once again, it's important to note that because this is not a basic ability, it is your ultimate ability, it neither stacks your passive, nor can it be double cast by proccing your passive. And there we have it. Hopefully now you really understand what Seraphine is capable of doing. And like I said earlier, as I get more playtime on her, I'm going to be releasing a set of really in-depth guides. So if you want to make sure you catch those, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. She's definitely cute, but I just don't really know if she should be in League of Legends.